It's the 9th Nissan-sponsored international rally, the second round of the 1987 South African Championships. 59 vehicles will complete 830 kilometers, with 280 kilometers making up the 38 special stages. With me is John Copeland, clerk of the course. John, the stages are shorter this year. Why is that?
Well, last year we initiated having a couple of long stages, and there were a few gripes from the manufacturers about the distances, and so we decided this year to change it and make it all short stages.
28 different stages between Cape Town and breakfast at Bredasdorp. The main portion of this section of the rally is driven at night. Then, with 10 stages to go, the rally retraces its route back to a spectator stage at Greenpoint. Drawn in the first position at the start, Cape driver Serge Damso in an A-Class four-wheel drive Toyota Conquest, a vehicle which has had some problems holding up till the finish of previous events.
You know, it's very competitive, the car. I mean, it's proven on each event is entered. That's there with the Quattro most of the time, or beating the Quattro most of the time. So I think we must just get to the end. I'm sure we're going to do well if we do get to the end anyway.
In the second starting position, Jeff Mortimer in the four-wheel drive Audi Quattro. Even with the fastest competition rally car in the world, he still needs strategy.
I don't think the idea is to go out and win every stage. I think the idea is to complete every stage without any problems, if possible. And by so doing, one finds that, you know, in this sort of car, you can win a lot of stages and hopefully the rally.
Third at the start, Hannes Grobler in a locally converted four-wheel drive Nissan Skyline, a B-class entry. He maps out his plans for the race.
Ons hoop natuurlijk vir wen. Ons is altyd daar ons gaan altyd daar uit om te wen. Die ander karre is baie vinnig, maar 'n tydren gaan daaroor om op die einde te kom en dan beklei ons vir die plek.
The last of the four-wheel drive vehicles, a Volkswagen Passat Synchro, is driven by the up-and-coming competitor Nick de Waal.
I think my strategy is going to be to go real fast from the beginning. It's short stages, right through the night. There's not much chance to make mistakes, so one will have to really go fast all the way. There's no chance for slackness initially.
Present at this event, though this time as a spectator, was Sarel van der Merwe. He took the opportunity to compare the vehicles he is currently racing in the IMSA series with the car that he used to drive. But the pressure is on the man behind the wheel this time, Jeff Mortimer. And then, after weeks of preparation, of tuning and retuning, the moment arrives. 59 teams ready themselves for the countdown to the start. Serge Damso and Vito Bonafido. Jeff Mortimer and Franz Boshoff. Hannes Grobler and Piet Swanepoel. The first stage at the Killarney racetrack near Cape Town provided a spectacular start for the race. Spectators were treated to an impressive driving display through some challenging terrain, but that's the very nature of the Nissan Rally. So how does this compare with conditions abroad?
In all kinds of rallies, you get different kinds of road conditions. In South Africa, we drive basically blind. We don't have pace notes. In Europe, they do have 2 to 3 weeks practice beforehand, which we don't have. So our rally is actually more difficult than those overseas.
On to yet another spectator stage at Greenpoint for the official start. Mayor of Cape Town, Mr. Leon Markowitz, did the honours. Local hero Serge Damso impresses the crowd. Negotiating the jump, Nick de Waal proved he was going to be a force to reckon with. In fact, he went on to win the stage. Next up at the start of stage 3, Cassie Coetzee and Wiley Harrington.
Very well at that stage, and you can try for another win. Luckily, it's a long distance event, you know, it's not a sprint event, so we hope we're going to do well.
That was the thought on every competitor's mind, as seconds were counted down to the start of a stage, and time would make the difference between winning and losing. to another dirt track stage at the Goodwood Showgrounds. Nick de Waal and Spotty Woodhead. But a miscalculation causes the Passat Synchro to lose valuable seconds. Bossy Bosman and Thilo van Westenhagen in a Nissan 140Z had problems negotiating the exit. Eric Sanders and Richard Leake in their Toyota Conquest. Then through to the riding school at Somerset West, and Serge Damso powers on. Right behind, Jeff Mortimer and Franz Boschoff, who at this stage were starting to experience engine problems. Safety is of paramount concern, especially after the unfortunate incident which led to the death of spectators in the last 2 Portuguese rallies. Speeds of over 200 kilometers per hour are achieved by these vehicles, and therefore it's imperative that spectators comply with the regulations. But unfortunately, some still persisted in standing too close to the road. Our camera crew set themselves up in what was thought to be a safe position. Obviously, it wasn't. Our cameraman was lucky to come out of this unscathed, but it emphasized how important safety regulations are.
It is dangerous to a certain point, but if you look at the Portuguese rally, I mean, it's up to the spectator to think of what the car can do. I mean, for instance, the people sitting outside of a corner where they should be standing on the inside, I mean, the car swings to the outside.
Well, I've followed rallies right around the world, and if you stand in a correct place and it's a correctly marshalled rally, I find it particularly safe, especially in a spot where the cars are stationary, and this is why I brought the children with me.
It is extremely dangerous, and of late, the spectator problem has become a major problem. We love and enjoy the spectators. Our sponsors need the spectators, we need the spectators, and we feel it's great for everybody to get involved. It's just that sometimes the spectators tend to become too enthusiastic and get too close to the cars. So what I'd like is all the spectators just to follow the marshals, and we will have a safe and happy rally.
And with the sun setting, the route at Salaris Pass joined the railway line to Bredasdorp. Serge Damso was proving his supremacy, the Quattro of Mortimer a close second, and Nick de Waal was lying third, and the 2-wheel drive Nissan of Kasi Kutsi fourth. Soon into the night, and the pace was taking its toll. The 4-wheel drive Nissan of Hannes Krobler had experienced gearbox problems and was further down in the field. But there was no slowing down for the leaders. Drayton Alpha, Fairfields, Vitesse, Pleikiestraal, Bruckrefie, was some of the stages the drivers had to deal with through the night. Normally peaceful night of the southern Cape Town of Bredasdorp is shattered by the routine activity of the rally service crews. as the vehicles put in for refueling and repairs. Here the race for the crew is not one of speed, but rather one of thoroughness. Every vital part of the car is checked from bumper to bumper, from top to bottom. Each individual's action is well coordinated. Each member knows exactly what he has to do. Consumption is calculated, and the tyres are constantly changed for the varying conditions. Early morning, and still the drivers are racing against time.